I think it's like 6 something because
Oh.
it's
So
there
folks get out after work.
Yeah, so
Okay.
give you a chance to work and then get home and and pick the kid up. So it's pretty late.
You guys don't ever let her stay at after school program?
No, we don't. She's not in the after school program because she's got a mother who's at home. Her mother is her after school program.
Okay. Well, all right then. My neighbor, she doesn't let her daughter stay after school program. And I just thought that was so, I don't know. I think when I was a kid, even though my mother was a single parent mother, she still let me stay at after school program just to like play and frolic. But I don't know. I think it's just like a new.
But that's not what after school program for.
Yeah.
Well, I guess
she did.
After school programs is not just for the kids to socialize.
No, I
It's
mean
for
like
her
do
to
your
take care of
homework.
them
Yeah.
When if the parent can be there.
Yeah. Okay. Definitely.
Yeah. And it's not free at my school. I mean, my sister.
It's not free at any school.
It's
really.
not free.
When I was in school, it was free.
Yeah,
okay.
So, but yeah, it's a great service for the parents and they need it. But no,
I was a latchkey kid.
She's got a.
Me
I
too.
was too.
Me 3.
And wasn't a term when we were latchkey. Pip. That was just how we did it.
Yeah.
No such thing as
the key that you put on the string, wore it around your neck. Went to school, and it was like I wasn't the only kid that had that.
Nope.
Nope. My mother used to be so proud of me, saying how like I never lost my key.
I never lost my key either.
I had a key since I was like 4 or 5 years old and never lost it. And she said other people would lose their key and have to borrow mine. And sometimes they would lose mine too. But I never lost my key.
Dang.
I don't remember losing my key.
I don't ever remember a key at all. I probably lost my key the first day I got it.
You know how I became a latchkey kid? Actually, so I had a babysitter at one point in time, and it was actually an older kid. And his mom lived with her boyfriend. Mm-hmm. And then they broke up. And my mom didn't know. My stepdad didn't know. I obviously didn't know. I went over after school, and they weren't there. Just the boyfriend was there. The boyfriend's like, that bitch don't live here no more. So I took my school books, and I went to the playground and did my homework on the playground. And then when it was time for my mom to come home from work, I walked home. And I did that for like 3-4 days. And then my mom said, how come you didn't tell me your babysitter moved? I'm like, I'm a kid. I don't take care of business. I don't know. I just do what people tell me to do. Nobody gave me further instructions. So after school, I just went to the park and did my homework and came home. She's like, boy, you can't be that bright. Here, that's when I got my key. She's like, you come home now. Because I'd been taking care of myself after school anyway. Right. Might as well just go home. Someplace safe.
Right. That you know.
Indoors.
Exactly. All right, let's go ahead and get into these topics.
News and noteworthy. The Shiznit.
So coincidentally, we're sitting here on Mother's Day talking about all the great moms and giving honor to them. There's Matthew Mosley, this 50-year-old. He's running for the Shittiest Dad Award.
Uh-oh. Yeah? What'd he do?
This dude...
What's he nominated for?
Shittiest Dad Award. Oh, the reason why?
Yeah. What got him nominated?
The reason why he's the shittiest dad is because he killed someone and made his son take the rap for it.
That's pretty shitty.
Yeah.
That's...
Because he's like, oh, you just 14, you just a little kid. You're not going to get any real time or anything, and they'll forgive you. They'll look sympathetically at you or whatever. But me, it's a whole different story. So this is our story. We're going to stick to it.
Well, that's a real fuckboy thing to do.
Yeah.
What the?
So basically what happens is his kid and this other kid were having issues at school or whatever. The other parents come over to work it out. And they're banging on the door, whatever. I guess they're kind of aggressive about it. I don't know if his kid was the bully or there's no backstory on that. But they were kicking at the door and all this kind of stuff. So the guy gets his shotgun, puts 3 slugs in it, opens the door. Next thing you know, the kid is calling 999 because they're in the UK. And he shoots the guy in the chest, kills him.
That is fucked.
Yeah. And then he comes up with this story, tells his son that. The son goes along with it because he's thinking, okay, this is my dad.
He doesn't want to get his dad in trouble.
I don't want my dad to get in trouble. He thinks this is the best thing. So as he goes along with it, but then they take him and they're interrogating him and they break him down.
Of course.
Yeah, and he tells the truth and he feels like his dad's kind of like abandoned him, left him there to take the rap, which she had.
He did.
And so he confesses and tells the truth. And
now dad's going to jail plus some charges.
They actually get him on tape. They get him on tape talking at some point about the whole plan.
Wow.
They get it. So,
how stupid can you be?
He's going to get 26 years now.
Well, I'm not surprised that he's about to get all this time. He's obviously the world's dumbest criminal.
all this time, it ain't no time. He took a life.
Right.
Yeah.
He shot somebody in the chest. You got to look somebody in the face to shoot him in the chest.
Okay. And you gonna shoot somebody because they banging on your door, and it's probably your badass kid's fault. You probably done beat the little boy down, dragged him in the dirt, put holes in his jeans, and took his lunch money.
I like how Dejan just fills in all.
I know. I'm like, wow. A lot went down.
Like,
I didn't know.
This is how it happened.
Hey, my imagination. I'm telling you guys. For real though, that probably really happened. It's a possibility. Allegedly, it could have happened.
I'm just imagining him shooting this dude and then going like, son, take this gun. Son's like, okay, Dad.
So yeah, the story he tries to come up with that the jury didn't buy, he says that his son comes to the door after hearing the commotion outside with the gun. And he tries to take it from his son. And when he tries to take it from his son, it goes off and kills the guy. So it's like an accident. His son accidentally shoots that's what, and they said it took the jury 3 hours and like 20 minutes.
Right.
And they were like, guilty. Then nobody bought the story.
Of course. I'm sure they were spending three hours in there having lunch,
right?
Talking about love and hip hop, and deciding how long they was gonna give this dude.
Yeah. I'm not surprised that the son broke down though, because
of course he's 14.
Have you seen that new Netflix show, Evil Genius?
I had not yet. I put it in my queue.
Awesome.
I put it in my queue.
It's awesome. You see real police interviews, and you see how they interrogate people.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, they make you say the story over and over again, so they start seeing if you've fallen apart in it, and like ask for your details or how you hold the gun. Right. What happened? What was the look on their face? Blah blah blah. And they start seeing little things and like, okay, he's not telling me the truth. And they start getting in there.
Yeah.
And that's easy to do to a teenager for sure.
Of course.
Yeah. Shout out to this new show called In Contempt. I'm sorry, forgive me. I wasn't planning on talking about this show, but Pip brought this up and it's related, so I don't have the actress's name. I like this lady too. I'm a fan of hers from Stars in Survivor's Remorse.
Oh yeah, I like that show.
That show that LeBron James produces, and is it Brandon T. Jackson? I think is the name of the guy who stars in it. Anyway, she plays his sister, and she has her own show called In Contempt where they play what do you call it? Public defenders. And there's an episode where a guy confesses to killing his own mother, and they're like, you know, the prosecution and the police are like, oh, you know, nobody would confess if they didn't do it. You know, he had to have done it. Why would he confess? It doesn't matter what kind of pressure we put under him and all this kind of stuff, right? And so her idea was to put the jury through a similar process that he went through, because he was being interrogated for 14 hours straight with no food.
Wow. Right?
So she had a witness that she wanted to have talk about that type of interrogation. They objected. They wouldn't allow it.
Right, of course.
So she came up with this idea that like, okay, well, I want to put the jury in a room, let them watch this whole 14 hours tape, right? And so they will be under similar circumstances as the defendant and see what happened. They made it to like 10 hours, and then the jurors was like, oh, no, I can't take no more. Turn it off, please, whatever. Right. And she stood up and was like, would you say anything to get out of here right now? Would you just say anything? She's like, yes, I would say, I would confess. Yes, I would.
Is it Erica Ash you talking about?
Erica Ash. That's her.
I know her.
Aww.
I know that
bitch. Shout out Erica Ash.
So shout out. Yeah, that show is really cool. And that reminded me of, but yeah, there are certain, people don't understand like the mental, the mental duress, and I want borderline torture sometimes that these people are put under. And because you wonder, like, why would somebody you would say, you get to a point where you'll say, that's why they say torture is really not effective, because people say anything to get you to stop.
Right.
So it's like, you know, well, is it true? Will they just break and give the truth, or will they just break and lie?
Right, exactly.
You know, to give you what you want to hear.
Right. These tactics that they put you through inside of these interrogation rooms, they are extreme. You don't get food, you don't get water. Could you imagine if you smoke and you needed to take a smoke break and they wouldn't give you one for 10 hours? Like,
oh, and he was a drug addict.
You see what I'm saying? So
you know he needed to fix.
Right.
So people, and then also, what if they are on drugs? You know what I'm saying? They might be hallucinating or seeing things or coming down off something or you know, or going through any type of, you know, emotional state. They'll say anything. They'll confess to anything after a certain amount of time. And I've heard of numerous cases like this before. But for this little 14-year-old boy, I'm sure it took them no time to find holes in his story. Right. How did you load the gun? How many bullets were in there? I'm sure he wasn't sure of any of these details.
Right.
Yep.
Congratulations, Mr. Mosley.
You win.
You win.
Enjoy your
shittiest dad award
on Mother's Day.
Enjoy your time in the English jail.
Yes.
Siri versus Google versus Alexa. So, Pip and I, we both have Alexa.
I love Alexa.
I love Alexa too.
I don't have it. No.
Okay.
I have Cortana on my laptop. But
Okay,
I turn her off.
Cortana.
Okay.
Yeah, she's annoying.
Yeah.
I turned her off, so I don't
But
even
you
talk
don't
to her.
use Google on your phone, at least?
No.
Oh.
Some people are like, okay, Google, something.
Yeah.
I'm like, because I might say something that sound like, okay, Google, and then Google then started Googling some shit I done said, and I wasn't even talking to you.
Well, Alexa does that. And if somebody says Alexa or Alex or Alexis on TV, it comes on.
We were just talking about
See what
that
I'm
the
talking
other
about?
day, that she answers to anything that's like similar to her name.
Like that's Saturday Night Live sketch.
Right. Exactly.
Alakeisha?
Right. Alopecia? So they decided to do a test. They asked each platform, Siri, Google, and Alexa, 150 questions each.
Mm-hmm.
And so this is the winner. The winner is Google with 80% correct.
I'm not surprised.
Right behind Google is Alexa with 78%. So some might say that difference is negligible.
Yeah.
And then Siri comes in like way last with 55%.
Wow. But wasn't Siri first?
Siri, I think she was first.
Yeah, here's the problem with Siri mostly. It wasn't just that the incorrect answers.
Right.
A lot of times Siri would give you a link.
Ah, right.
For this test, you got to pass you got to pass on the question if you actually gave an audible answer.
Mm-hmm.
Anything other than that was considered a fail. If you said, this is what I found,
Right.
Here's a link for that, or I don't know what you're talking about, any of that stuff was a fail.
Right.
So Siri gave a lot of stuff by like, here's what I found, or
check out this link.
yes, exactly. And so those were all fails. So that's why Siri got so many.
I've had that with Alexa sometimes where it'll say like, I found this article.
Like,
and it'll say this, and it does say, did it answer your question? I'm like, no.
Read it to me.
My biggest thing with Alexa is I want them to make her more like how you have to interact with the skills.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And all those steps, like if you want to listen to something on Stitcher, you have to say, Alexa, open Stitcher, or open such and such podcast on Stitcher. Or
Oh, wow.
It's
instead of just saying, Alexa, open the Shiznit Show or the Red Rock Podcast Network.
Right.
They need to fix that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I listen to my podcast on my Alexa too. And the same thing, you have to be real specific.
Yeah.
Real specific,
And even though I don't have any of these, home assistant devices, I clean houses, and like probably 90% of my clients, they have these in-home assistants. And so I use them all the time. I'm very, very familiar with how they work and using them, and I do enjoy it. But Alexa, when I ask her to play dance hall, she don't even know what that is. So, that's like a thumbs down for me on Alexa.
What you do is you say, play a song similar to, and then you say a dance hall song.
I tried everything. She did not know what I was talking about. I was like, you know what I ended up doing? I was like, Alexa, play upbeat reggae music. And you know what she played?
What?
Bad boys, but what you gonna do? I was like, Alexa, turn this off.
That is upbeat reggae.
No, I wasn't mad at her.
But see, here's what I do when I couldn't find something like that similar to what you was, because they're actually, I finally found what I want. There's a playlist on Amazon called Modern R&B Commute. That's a lot of words. So, and I can't always remember to say it right. And if I don't say it right the first time, it'll play something wrong that I hear. So I know a song on that playlist, and a song, I'm just too good for you.
Oh, yeah.
You take my love for granted. So I'm like, play that song. It'll play that song. I'm like, play songs similar to this.
Okay.
And then it'll play basically that song or that playlist.
Okay.
Yeah, but they're all evolving. That's the thing.
yeah.
One more thing. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Be careful when you're at somebody's house and use their Alexa, because they know what you ask it.
Oh, yeah.
Just so you know.
I knew that. I know that.
But she ain't in there asking it for no,
I don't know what she asking.
Big, strong.
I know, right?
Whatever.
But you know what? Even though I do know that, and I don't care, I still add stations to people's playlists. I'm like, Alexa, add that to the playlist next time I come over here.
She like, Alexa, can I?
Good, strong. Yeah. Tell me where's the closest,
Where can I find
the nearest.
Okay, but so they're constantly evolving, these platforms. I know Alexa has changed a lot since I've had it. And they were saying that Google just 2 years ago